Should I sit up more straight or? Hello, my name is Tony Jupiter. Nice to meet you. I'm currently 19 years old and I'm from El Paso, Texas. I just like making music, I play, and I make people happy. If I had to stay on any planet, it'd probably be in Jupiter. It's really nice up there. Heard there's a lot of nice people. One day I was like, I want to make some tunes that make people happy, that make me happy. And I was just like, let's get it. Let's see what happens. And eventually I met Alejandro, I met Audrey, and kind of just clicked. It was very beautiful. It was very passionate at first. It's like nothing I could never describe. We don't hang out outside of our band because we're more like a family now. So ever since I was small, I remember playing music. Whenever I was a little kid, when I was in the 4th grade, I started playing drums. The drum set was huge. I just looked, like if I had like 2 tiny sticks. High school came, and I was like, you know what? I want to make a band. Let's do this. I jammed up with a couple people, and once I jammed, it was like a feeling I can't describe, and it was very good. I always try to incorporate Audrey and Alejandro with my songs. Whenever I send them the first things I'm working on, I always tell them like, oh, what do you guys think of the songs? And when I'm creating it or working back on it, it always stays in my head, so no matter what, when I'm working on it, I can't get it out until I actually fix it. So our first show was actually at Lowbrow Palace with the band we have right now. It was very beautiful, very clean. I remember seeing Alejandro, his afro was bouncing. I remember seeing Audrey, she was smiling, very beautiful. And we're just having a good time, yeah. The funniest thing is I remember seeing some dude drenched in sweat because of our music, and I think that's something really good, I used to get stage fright before shows, and it just ended up turning into motivation for me. Because you have all this like anxiety building up to you in the show, and then once you play the show, that anxiety comes out, but it's a good anxiety. It's one that makes you move and makes you dance, which is good. There was one point when I really wanted to quit music because I didn't think I was able to, make anything better than like what I had done. There was this one person that DM'd me and said like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna be at every show. I'm gonna try to be there every time. And that specific fan kept me going, and I kept writing those tunes and making that music. And that's what pushes me every day, knowing that somebody wants to listen to my music. If it wasn't for music, I don't think I'd be here for today. The one thing I would change in the music industry is give more people opportunities and see what the world could do, because there really is a lot of talented people here in El Paso and everywhere, it's hard for them to like get exposed and see like their full potential.
My name is Alejandro. I'm 24. I used to live in Juarez and I moved here when I was 16 and I play bass. Correct. Playing with Tony is different from every other band. He's got this like familiarity. I hate that word. You feel at home when you're playing with Tony, that's it. I used to get stage fright when I first started. I don't get it anymore. What I do get is like I get frustrated when I make mistakes. After the shows, I just go to my car and sit there for a while. The hardest thing that I've had to overcome music-wise, it's probably myself, because I overthink a lot. I put myself down constantly. So it's just like a battle with yourself. You have to keep playing and playing and just try to get better. That's it. There's been multiple occasions where I sold most of my gear. Like, that's how bad it was, because I just didn't want to do it anymore. And my last guitar, the one that I have right now, I was about to sell it. I was like on my way to sell that guitar. And like one of my friends stopped me because they were like, no, that's you. Like, that's your personality. That's who you are. You can't sell this guitar. And that's the one guitar that I have right now. Like, I just have one guitar. I'm glad he was there for me, because otherwise I wouldn't have that guitar and I would be like at school or doing something boring like that. The one thing that I will change from the music industry is just the way they produce artists, I guess. I would like there to be more honesty, just the showcase of the talent and not making one person seem like he's talented. Well, not only with Tony Jupiter, I'm also writing music on my own, and hopefully he's gonna be there for me. I'm actually, sometime I'm gonna ask him to produce me, and then since there's like a few members leaving the band, I'm now moving up to guitar, I guess. Mostly because I have more gear.
My name is Audrey. I'm 19. I'm from El Paso, and I play the drums in the band. It started when I was 3, when I started to get into drums just because my dad had a band and they'd practice here and I'd go in and just play on the drum set, and ever since then. The things that inspired me to make music, I think just every moment that happens in my life and just my emotions and everyone around me, and also listening to music and hearing songs and how I would change the song and how I would like it, to listen to it. One moment that kind of inspired me to start making my own music was my last relationship. The person I was with, I was really in love with them, and I wanted to express it more, so I wrote them a song. And then ever since then I kept writing songs about them in the relationship. And then once we got out of the relationship, I was really hurt, so I just used my sadness to write music and just distract myself and help me get over whatever I was feeling. I remember this one time when I was having a really hard time with myself and just school. I would just listen to music and find songs that had meaningful lyrics and that related to how I was feeling. And then eventually it kind of inspired me to distract myself from that feeling I was getting and put it into songs, and I don't know, hopefully one day to put it out and someone else can relate to it. My favorite memory with Tony Jupiter was playing at the house show at Del Mar bookstore. I think just because of the audience there and seeing everyone dressed up and the way the event was held was really fun and exciting. A moment that made me realize that music was something I loved and wanted to do for the rest of my life was in my previous band. We played at this music festival in Juarez, and it was a huge crowd. It was the biggest show I've ever played, and it was just so much fun. The adrenaline and everything. I wanted to relive that moment for the rest of my life, and yeah, that was the moment I knew that I loved performing and wanted to continue making music. I don't think there was ever a moment where I wanted to quit music, but right now I feel like I kind of am, since I'm joining the Air Force and I'm kind of putting my music on a break, so I think that moment's right now probably. I'm planning after the Air Force to go to school to study audio engineering and to continue on with the music I was making, but for now I don't know what I'm gonna do once I leave. I'll probably just leave everything as it is, or I honestly don't know yet, but we'll see.
The next thing with Tony Jupiter is we're making a new album. So we're definitely gonna tour. We're making merchandise for the first time again. And yeah, we're gonna keep releasing those singles. Hope you all like it, and I love you. I love you.